Hi, everybody. I'm Lauren Zima.
And I'm Denny Directo. Thank you for joining us live here for our official Oscars preview ahead of Sunday's big show.
Oh, it's going to be a big show, everybody. Of course, we are winding down an unforgettable award season this year. A long one. The Oscars are feeling very late this year, but so many important moments from the Time's Up movement and so much more. It's the 90th Oscars. So you guys, we are going to be talking about who we think will win, who should win, Oscar swag, and so much more right now. We want to know what you think. Let us know your predictions in the comment section. We'll get them right here and talk about it.
And please let us know. We need you guys to comment because the Best Picture race alone is so hard to predict this year. I think more so than any year before. There's usually a clear front runner, but so many of these films have gotten so much love across the award season. Last year you had Moonlight versus La La Land. This one, you got all of them. I mean, seriously, we got, you have some Shape of Water and 3 Billboards, which have been critical darlings all award season long. Then you have some box office successes in Dunkirk, and Get Out, of course. Well, who we're predicting will take the trophy that night is Shape of Water. It's leading the pack with 13 nominations, the most of any film. It's got 3 nominations for its actors and, of course, its director, Guillermo del Toro. I just feel it has like a lot of momentum going into the Oscars ahead of the Oscars on Sunday.
Yes, well, and of course, last year we had that big "may I have the envelope, please" moment. We have some new reporting on what might happen on Sunday night. That's going to be a little nod to that. So you guys should check it out at etonline.com because we're going to have some info for you there.
That's right.
Yeah, it feels wide open, doesn't it? The thing is, we think who will win Shape of Water. We think who should win. Man, I wish Get Out could take this one home.
I'm hoping. Yeah. I'm hoping. It's got some chances though. It really, really does. It's the film everybody's talking about. It really stepped up its Oscar campaign in this last haul. You know what I mean?
Totally.
The billboards are all over Los Angeles. It's hard to ignore, and it's a film people are still talking about, and it came out a while ago.
Well, what was hard for them was that it came out so long ago, so they really had to give it a new award season push. And of course, what the Oscars struggles with is the fact, like you just said, billboards are up around Los Angeles because that's where the Oscars voters are, guys. We know it. They're right here in this town. But we also want to make sure that the Oscars are not isolating the viewers, the audience.
Absolutely.
And Get Out was such a huge box office hit. So it's been an issue for the awards for the past couple years, these indie darlings getting the wins more so than those box office movies.
And also Get Out really is so relevant to today. You know what I mean? And I feel like it would send a very big message if the Academy chose Get Out. And also for its genre. Silence of the Lambs is the only horror film that has ever won Best Picture. I think it's time for Get Out, and this is the horror film to do it, don't you think?
Yes, but also I gotta say, what Get Out had working against it all award season long was people didn't know what to call this movie.
Absolutely.
They're like, is it a horror? Is it a little bit comedic? What is it? And so it got itself in a tough situation there. But let's move on.
It's socially relevant, and so is 3 Billboards, and I see Max is saying Billboard will win. Ooh. He's very confident about that.
Yes, well, other nominees that we have, you guys, I mean, Darkest Hour, I don't see that one winning. It's definitely gotten acting recognition, but not so much as, a movie Best Picture winner type of moment. The Post, Tom Hanks, Meryl Streep, Steven Spielberg. Well, there you go. Phantom Thread, Daniel Day-Lewis's last movie, and it's gotten amazing reviews for both the movie itself and his performance, but it's not really a movie that a ton of people have gone out and seen, and it came out really late in the year.
Exactly, and it did score a bunch of nominations, so the Academy recognized it, but I think that's their win, is that they got recognized with this.
It's in there.
You're invited to the party, okay?
Helena says Shape of Water should win. Such a beautiful film. People have talked so much about how not only was it a good movie and great acting, but just a gorgeous movie, so it does have all those elements going for it.
For sure. You mentioned Darkest Hour, which leads us to our next category, lead actor, because this man has swept the lead actor category all award season long, and I'm talking about Gary Oldman in Darkest Hour. I was like, what movie are we talking about? Early Morning, folks. But yeah, no, he has swept all the awards all season long, the BAFTA, Golden Globes, SAG Awards, and also he is one of those people who has been nominated before but has never won. I feel like this is his Oscar.
Yeah, you get those kind of career moment Oscars. And what's really interesting here is that who we kind of wish should win is somebody who's just starting out, Timothée Chalamet for Call Me By Your Name. He has had one of those seasons where, first of all, everybody says his acting in this movie is amazing. I know you loved it.
Oh, loved it. Loved him.
And second of all, he's just had such a fun award season to watch because he's in his early 20s. This is also new to him.
He's so excited.
Oh, I've loved interviewing him. He's just like, yeah, I mean, I met Meryl Streep. It was awesome. He's so much fun to watch.
He's also the youngest nominee, and I just feel like it would be so awesome to see that that age, he's 21, 22, be awarded on the stage, and just to hear what he has to say would be awesome. And plus, I mean, stellar work in Call Me By Your Name. So we have to give him a shout out.
I know. I do wish he would win, but I don't think he will because, like you said, people are probably looking at him also and thinking, career-wise, he's an amazing actor. He's going to have more opportunities after this. So sometimes that almost hurts younger actors.
And Gary had the flashier role. You know, it was bigger. The full transformation,
makeup.
Exactly, like full transformation. So I have a feeling it's going to go to that. And Hazim agrees. Best actor is Gary Oldman.
And best movie, Shape of Water. Okay, you guys, we are on the same page about this.
Love this. Okay.
But I agree also, like you just said, I would love to see an unfiltered Oscar speech, you know, because if somebody like Timothée Chalamet got up there, he's younger, he'd just say stuff.
You know what? That is a perfect segue to lead actress because Frances McDormand has also been sweeping all the award season long, and she has also been delivering some amazing and very memorable award speeches. So you say you want an unfiltered Oscar speech, we might get it in the shape of Frances McDormand. See what I did there?
I see what you did there. And Frances doesn't care. I mean, that's the thing. She gets up there, she says what she wants to say. You have kind of an endearing nervousness along with her, like, I don't care. I'm saying whatever I'm going to say.
Right.
Because she just really doesn't plan it out. And that's why some of her speeches, after she's won in different awards shows this season for 3 Billboards, have been so awesome to watch. And I do think that she is the front runner here. She's gotten other award season love and the one to beat.
Someone else who has gotten a lot of attention this year is Saoirse Ronan. So we're thinking she could be a possible dark horse here too. But that being said, like we were mentioning, Frances McDormand, though, it's got a lot of love from the Academy, and also in her performance in 3 Billboards, I felt was like really layered. You kind of got all different sides of her acting. It'd be kind of hard to ignore that.
Yeah, Lady Bird has really put Saoirse on another level this season, rightfully so. And I'm glad that you just said her name because, again, it's Saoirse, guys.
Saoirse Ronan. Yes. Which, by the way, she's also a youngin', and this is her 3rd Oscar nomination. I mean, I can barely pay my rent.
Oh my God. Jimmy, I love this. He says, Chalamet is the next DiCaprio.
Amen. I agree with that.
Do you?
I totally agree with that. Yeah, he's already locking a bunch of roles and some high-profile roles, one with Netflix. Like, we're going to see a lot of Timmy. He's going to be walking on that stage one day. Hopefully not as long as it took for Leo to get his Oscar, but Timothy will get up there.
Yeah, on that note, you guys, by the way, E.T., one thing I just love about working here is we've been interviewing these people since the beginnings of their careers. So we have some great content up at etonline.com with all of our Oscars coverage. Check all that out. We're really kind of trying to get you guys the long interviews from all these different nominees so you really get in depth on what they're into. Another 3 Billboards moment. Should we move into supporting actor?
Absolutely. I think who will and should win is Sam Rockwell for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. He definitely had the flashier role, and also his character in that film, as ugly as he was, really did have a character arc. No, not like physically, but he was just like
the character. His character,
not even
as
physically,
a person.
but he was a bad person in this film. But he also had a really, really big character arc, and so you got to see him kind of like you got to see that evolve in his performance. And again, he's been sweeping all the awards too. Willem Dafoe has been getting some critics awards here and there, but I think Sam is the one to beat.
He's definitely the one to beat, and that's such a good point that you just made, because sometimes those more subtle performances do get passed over for that big, flashy role that was full of grit, and understandably so on a certain level. But Sam Rockwell, he's also somebody who's been in the industry for a while, and I think a lot of people really love him, are friends with him, and excited to see him have a moment.
He's had a long career, but also his first Oscar nomination, so I feel like, you know, there's also that momentum too. He's hungry, he's excited. He's like Timothy, except he's been around for a long time, you know what I mean? So it'll be fun to watch him win.
I would have just loved to be on the set of that movie, hanging out with Frances McDormand, Woody Harrelson, Sam Rockwell.
Come on.
Yes, please. Okay, so supporting actress, another one that we feel is pretty locked in this year, you guys. Who should win? Allison Janney for I, Tonya, and who probably will win? Allison Janney for I, Tonya.
I think so.
I can't think of off the top of my head right now an awards show that she hasn't won at yet.
The Oscars.
Well, sure, it hasn't happened.
But
it hasn't happened
yet,
I mean for this movie, for I, Tonya.
Right.
Yeah,
yes,
she's sweat. I mean, BAFTAs, Golden Globes. She is just killing it for this role. And again, I think rightfully so. The person who wrote this movie actually was a friend of hers and wrote this part just with Allison in mind. So it was so perfect for her. And I think it's been a really emotional award season for her. She told me that she's been friends with that screenwriter for such a long time, and that she was just so happy to finally get the chance to work with him, and that it's all coming to fruition in this movie that they really churned and burned on and made so quickly, and now it's become this award season powerhouse.
And we're also talking about someone who, like Sam Rockwell, has been in the industry for so long, playing so many. She's a character actress, right? And she's also the queen of the Emmys. She's racked up like 7 or 8 Emmy awards and has never been invited to the Oscars until this performance. And I feel like this is her time. Like, this is gonna be so fun to watch.
Let's talk about the fact that she is on, you know, the hit show Mom
right now,
and then over in the Oscar nominations. You know, it's been fun too to see in this category. Of course, Laurie Metcalf also nominated for Lady Bird. Very similar stories there, the two of them, because Laurie was a TV person on Roseanne. She'd done some theater. As she told me, she'd really not done many movies, and then all of a sudden she's playing this amazing mom character in Lady Bird and getting an Oscar nomination for it. It's a cool story for women.
They definitely have parallels because they also both play problematic mothers. You know, people they're not the best moms. You know, they're not the best moms. But Allison, if you compare the two performances, had the more grittier one. I mean, you know what I mean?
She was a pretty bad mom.
She was a pretty bad mom, and a spot-on impression. Like, that was pretty good.
Oh my gosh, I love that movie.
Oh my god, I love it.
By the way, you guys, please keep your comments coming in. Afra says Sam Rockwell will take it. Min says Allison rocks. Natasha says Octavia, please. Octavia Spencer nominated in The Shape of Water.
And she made some history this year. She is the first African-American woman to be nominated 3 times for an Oscar in the same category.
Yes, queen. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
Amazing, amazing stuff. So, as we said, you guys, it's so hard to predict who's going to win Best Picture. But one thing we can tell you is, like, they're not going to let that flub happen a second time. Although I will make the argument that when that happened last year, that mix-up, it gave us some kind of life.
We were speechless in the office last year.
It made it so much more fun.
Of course.
And interesting, you know?
Yes.
And it's something Jimmy agrees with too, host Jimmy Kimmel. He told E.T. that the worst thing that the Oscars can be is boring. But does he have PTSD? E.T.'s Kevin Frazier actually talked to the man himself to find out.
Is there any PTSD? No. In fact, it went great except for the thing at the end, which, you know, turned out to be something that was interesting to people, you know. And I guess the worst thing the Oscars can be is boring, I think, right? What will be different from last year?
It seems like every year there are serious things happening. This year it seems like there are 9 of them all happening at once. So that's something that I think has to be handled, has to be balanced.
I think if there's anybody who can find that balance, is Jimmy Kimmel. On his show, he uses his platform for such poignant and important topics, you know what I mean? And he's funny, so I'm excited to see that. But yeah, no envelope mix-up this year, I don't think.
I love how he referred to it as the thing at the end.
Right,
like that thing that happened at the end, you know, that massive mix-up that went down in Oscars history.
Hot take, can I say something?
Yes.
I feel like we need another Best Picture mix-up, just to liven it up a little bit.
I have to say, I think the Oscars has the biggest challenge ahead of them because they're the last awards show of the season. And it's been so awesome to see Time's Up and the Me Too movement be part of this awards season. But now at this point, you know, the Golden Globes started things out. Everybody's wearing all black, so powerful, such an amazing carpet to be on. How does the Oscars keep that momentum going, keep it important? It's a lot of questions to answer, and we're gonna talk about that. But by the way, real quick, let me get into you guys. They have taken additional precautions to make sure that envelope mix-up won't happen again. No cell phones are being allowed back there. More people are on hand to keep an eye on things because it was just that one guy
Apparently
last year.
The envelopes are going to be different colors.
Wow.
Like, you know,
color coding. Color coding.
You know, if it's red, don't take it.
Take the blue pill. No, I'm just kidding. Movie reference, guys. These are our lives. You know, we can't stop.
Oh, boy.
But let's talk a little bit about Me Too and Time's Up and how it will be addressed in the show. So, like we said, it's not going to be a situation where everybody's wearing black on the carpet as they did for the Globes. We're not going to see that sweeping everybody in the same color moment. However, people do want to make sure that it's still part of the conversation. So what we know is that it will somehow be addressed on stage. I know you had a little bit of detail on how we think.
Yeah, so some of the Time's Up managers actually invited select press today for a meeting to tell them how they're going to dress in the Oscars. Basically, as you mentioned, there's no all-black dress code, but Ava DuVernay did say that they have been in talks with show producers to carve out a moment during the telecast to address Time's Up and what's going on in their whole initiative. But yeah, no all black.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes sense though, because you know, obviously the blackout happened at the Golden Globes, which was one of the first major award shows of the year, and it was the official launch of the Time's Up movement. So they kind of had to make a big statement. Now I think they're going to keep a lower profile at the Oscars. It's
been interesting to see how it's continued through awards season. We've been watching, like, wait, was everybody wearing all black at this one? No, Nicole Kidman's in hot pink. Okay. But the BAFTAs just acknowledged it again, so it's still part of the conversation, which is so important. Sue says, is it true that Faye Dunaway and Warren Beatty are going to present Best Picture again? Sue, I'm going to advise you to head over to etonline.com.
We do have some reporting on that.
We have some reporting on that. We want to make sure you guys check it out and get the full story, so head over to our website. Here's the thing. The Oscars are serious, but they're fun too.
They're really fun. And you know what? I've always wanted to know what's in the gift bags. And guess what, guys? We know.
We know.
Take a look at this unofficial Oscars gift bag. You want to hit them with what's in that?
Yes. So, guys, there are only 26 of these. Again, they're unofficial, but they are swag bags to the max. Each is worth, wait for it, $100,000. There will be one for each nominee in the 5 major categories. And you know what? Jimmy Kimmel's working hard, so he gets to take one home, too.
That's right.
The most expensive item, you guys, wait for this, is a 12-night adventure in Tanzania for 2 people, valued at $40,000.
How can I get one?
2 people right here.
Can I get one?
Okay. Yes.
We need to be
thank
nominated.
you. Oh my God.
We need to be nominated for an Oscar.
I got to get over to an acting class.
You know what? We got time.
There are 2,400 bottles of wine involved in all this, and 1,500 bottles of champagne will be flowing, you guys. So we know that the Oscars are still going to be a good time. It's so awesome, and E.T.'s always right there on the red carpet when you see, you know, somebody like celebrity chef Wolfgang Puck bring out all that food they're going to be eating. It's a glamorous night.
We have a look of the food menu actually from Wolfgang. You guys, this is the feast everyone will be snacking on, courtesy of Wolfgang Puck. It includes $10,000 worth of caviar, $36,000 worth of truffles, and get this, beef flown in from Japan.
Oh, that's casual.
I mean, it's the Academy Awards, I guess. There it is. I think that's the beef from Japan. But as Lauren mentioned, the wine and champagne will be flowing. 2,400 bottles of champagne.
You need it.
Or of wine, I should say.
Imagine the stress that... What's in this cup? I'm just kidding, guys.
Anyways,
cheers to the Oscars.
Cheers to the Oscars.
Well, you guys, the thing is, imagine the stress that these celebrities are under when they're in the audience at the Oscars. All season long has been building up to this moment. I mean, they've got to make sure they look perfect. They've been eating right. They've been campaigning. They've been doing interviews. It's been a lot. And they also get to the point where, you know, we're out there doing the interviews and we're thinking, how can we get some news here? What do we want to ask them? And they're thinking, how can I keep myself interesting? It's a lot of pressure for celebrities.
But then can you also imagine winning the thing?
Yes.
Then you got to go up there in front of the world and deliver a speech. I remember Jennifer Lawrence said after she won backstage, the first thing she did was take a shot. She took a shot. So I get it. You know what I mean?
She probably wished she'd had one right before she went out there.
Well, then maybe she wouldn't have fallen up the stairs to get the Oscar. But, you know.
These are our favorite moments.
Well, folks, we'll see who falls up the stairs when the 90th Academy Awards air live coast to coast on Sunday, March 4th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on ABC.
Yes, and of course, you guys, E.T. is going to be on the red carpet, and not only on the red carpet with our own Kevin Frazier and Nancy O'Dell, we will also be at all the parties, the Vanity Fair, Oscars party, the Governor's Ball with Cameron Matheson and Carly Steele and Michelle Turner. We're just going to bring you guys all the behind-the-scenes moments that you aren't going to see on TV, so make sure that you tune into E.T. Monday night to check those out. And I'll also be on the carpet, so please follow along with me if you can. And Denny and I are going to be talking Oscars Monday morning.
We are bunkering down. Join us right after the Oscars airs. We're going to break down the most talked about moments, the best speeches, live here on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You know where to find us.
Guys, thanks so much for watching. And, of course, head over to etonline.com and watch ET tonight for the very latest on what's going to go down on Sunday.
That's right. Cheers, guys.
Bye.